Welcome back. We have a runaway leader at the moment with maximum points, the cafe owner from Salcombe, Devon, Ben Taberner. But it could all change very quickly, perhaps even in this next round, observation. For this round, the contestant's sight needs to be at its sharpest and the hearing at its most alert. Journalist Julie Webb has taken out her notebook once more to quiz Chief Inspector Fred Pilkington on another of his greatest cases. Contestants, would you turn now to your screens, please, and concentrate hard on the case of the canal boat kidnapper.
It's been done up and had its name changed. Sudan it was then.
So where was Mrs. Calder hidden?
Under the bed.
Ooh.
Still?
5 days she was in there.
How much did Parker want to let her out?
80,000.
Well, did her husband have that much?
No, but the bank he managed did.
Parker was a self-employed chippy with a £23,000 overdraft. He'd sold his house and his missus and 3 kids ended up in digs. Kidnapping Irene Calder was his meal ticket. We let Bernie Calder hand over the money with a small transmitter hidden in the middle of it. And we waited to see where Parker went. But it wasn't here, to the boat. He drove around for about an hour and then went home with the money, but no sign of Mrs. Calder.
But he must have told you where she was.
No, not a word. He was quite prepared to let us starve.
So how did you find her?
No credit to us. It was a bloke out fishing.
He realised something was wrong and called Brook Road Station. Our lads broke into the boat and 5 minutes later she was free.
Well, once more, a big thank you to Roy Barraclough and Annabelle Giles. Right, contestants, will you take your keypads, please, and prepare for 5 questions on what you saw and heard, with, of course, multi-choice answers. Question 1. What was the old name of the canal boat? Your choices. Time's up. The answer is C, Sudan. Question 2. How exactly did Fred describe Parker? Time's up. The answer is D, self-employed chippy. Question 3. There were some canisters on the canal bank. What colour were they? And the answer is B, 2 red, 1 blue. Question 4. There were 2 plates on the cabin wall. What was painted on the bottom one? And the answer, C, cottage. And finally, question 5. Which police station did the fisherman call? And the answer to that is B, Brook Road Station. Right, that completes the observation challenge, and immediately the computer gives us the result, and this is it. Mike, you got 2 right and a 4th, 2 points. Ben, you got 3 right and a 3rd, 4 points. Tom, you also got 3 right, but faster, so 2nd place and 6 points. And congratulations, Steve. Again, 3 right, but in the fastest time, so you win the round 10 points, and right away we add all those points to the current totals. And it means that Steve moves into 2nd place, just 6 points behind the leader, who with a Krypton Factor of 24 is still Salcombe's Ben Taberner.
Competitors, on your marks.
The Army Physical Training Corps' Major Peter Lyon starts the assault course race, and 4 very fit, keen sportsmen here, so it could be a very close race. And a mistake there by Mike Shaw in green. He fell off the balance beam and has to go back to the start of the obstacle, so a disastrous start for Mike. But the Scotsman Steve Brown has surged ahead and flings himself backwards into the switchback. We saw that technique in an earlier heat. It wasn't over successful then, but it's worked well for Steve. He's in the lead, and his fellow Scot Tom Collins is in 2nd place, and Ben Taberner in red 3rd. So Steve Brown in the lead, a really impressive start by him. The question is, can he keep up this pace? And indeed, can Tom and Ben hang in there with him? Down the fireman's pole, Tom Collins second, Ben Taverner third, and Mike Shaw working very hard indeed to get back after that early mistake. But Steve drives on, no hesitation at all on the obstacles, and, well, that's brilliant. Landed and started climbing in one move, and he's pulling away a bit from Tom and Ben, and Mike getting himself back into it. Ben Taverner here owns a cafe in Salcombe, Devon, father of 4 children. And the leader, Steve Brown, still looking strong, 5 or 6 seconds ahead of Tom Collins and Ben Taverner, I'd say, with Mike Shaw almost back with them now. After the S-bend from Steve Brown, competed in the Glasgow Half Marathon this year, so there's no doubting his stamina on that chain bridge, and Tom Collins from Ayr making it a 1-2 for Scotland so far. And there's no sign of tiredness whatsoever from either Tom or the leader here, Steve Brown. So he climbs relentlessly up that scramble net. Ben is in 3rd place coming to the A-frame. And that's a good shot, shows you precisely how they're all placed. And you've got to hand it to Mike Shaw in green. This is a fantastic recovery from his early mistake. And indeed, he now moves into 3rd place with every chance of getting 2nd place. Well, that shows you just what a long way down it is from up there. You don't want to have a bad head for heights on this course. Nicely over the top of the A-frame, and this is Tom Collins striding on, very keen on weight training, used to teach it in a local gym. And talking of local gyms, Steve here has been following a special fitness program designed for him by his local fitness club in Grangemouth. And behind Tom Collins, Mike Shaw did likewise at his gym in Leamington Spa, and how well it's paying off as he closes right up on Tom with Ben Taverner just behind him. Ben trying desperately to stay in touch as he comes through the water and begins to climb up to the Burma rope bridge. And Steve reaches the top of the aerial slide, and the others are definitely closing on him. They come onto the platform now, and 3 of them on that platform together. And Steve's got a slight problem with his wrist safety loops, but he is away first, though only just, because Tom is now after him, and so too is Mike. Indeed, Mike's got a real surge going down that slide, and he goes ahead of Tom into 2nd place. So what a finish this is going to be. All 3 of them now trying to get out of those safety loops, and Steve's got a bit of trouble on the far side, and it's Mike who comes away first. So this is a fantastic finish by Mike as he goes into the last obstacle, the maze, level with Steve, and Ben Taverner back in 4th place. He can't do much about that, but who's going to win this race? And I think Steve on the far side may just have edged back in front again. They sprint for the line, and it is indeed Steve who's going to win. It celebrates just a little bit early, but he gets his 10 points. Fantastic run by Mike Shaw. I think that early mistake maybe robbed him of victory. He gets 6 points. Tom Collins finishes 3rd to get 4 points, and here comes Ben Taverner to finish 4th, 2 points. Absolutely fantastic race. We now go to the scoreboard, and that assault course victory means that we have a new leader with a Krypton Factor of 28. It's Scotland's Steve Brown. Two rounds to go, and with the scores getting closer, this could be the crucial one. A 3-dimensional logic problem demanding spatial awareness. Contestants, take your places, please. In front of each of them are 2 cubes. Their task is to transform them into one large cube. In addition, the completed large cube must be coloured in a symmetrical pattern. Are you ready, contestants? The test starts now. Well, it will hardly surprise you to know, especially when you see the array of different geometric shapes, that this puzzle was devised by a mathematician. Indeed, he's dreamt up all the tests in this round for the 17 years we've been on the air. Dr. Jerry Wickham, Senior Lecturer in Mathematics at Manchester University. But his inspiration for this one goes back a bit longer, to 430 BC, when the Athenians were told by the god Apollo that the only way to cure a plague of eruptive typhoid was to double the size of the altar, which was cube-shaped. But lacking mathematical know-how, the Athenians doubled the length of the sides, increasing the volume 8-fold. The result? A worse plague. Well, I don't know if Ben Taverner or Mike Shaw here are aware of it, but for the mathematically minded, the finished side of this cube will be the cube root of 2 multiplied by the length of the original individual cubes. Tom Collins, doing well, but can't quite work out how to fill that corner section nearest to us. Needs a piece that will complete the yellow square. Steve Brown looking good. And that large shape will fit if he can work out just how to position it. And that's the way. Ben Taverner looks close to finishing 2. And Mike Shaw alongside also in contention. But I think Steve might have it if he can just slot the last piece in round the back. And he does. That's brilliant. 10 points to Steve Brown. And that's the other side of the coin. Tom Collins, alas, nowhere near it. He just can't get the symmetry right, and it looks like 4th place for him. That's not right at all. And just 2 pieces left to slot in for Mike. It's going to be really close between him and Ben for 2nd place. It's neck and neck. But I think Ben may just have edged it. Yes, 6 points. And he knows just how close it was as Mike desperately tries to fit in that last piece. And that's it, 4 points. Good contest. Well, the 10 points were so important in that round, and it was the contest leader who got them. Congratulations to him. And as we go now to the scoreboard, we can see that he has, in fact, increased his lead to 6 points with a Krypton Factor of 38. It's the sales engineer from Linlithgow, West Lothian, Steve Brown. So into the 6th and final round, and for the winner, a place in next week's Group B final. And if tonight's runner-up is to get through, he must better 36 points. So 75 seconds of rapid-fire general knowledge questions to be answered on the buzzer. 2 points for a correct answer, but 2 points deducted for a wrong answer. Good luck, contestants. The clock starts now. What rank or title is usually given to a lecturer who holds a chair in a university? Mike?
Professor.
Correct. In professional golf, for which trophy do teams of European and American men compete? Tom?
Ryder Cup.
Correct. Which war hero, married to Baroness Ryder, founded a chain of homes for the sick? Tom?
Cheshire.
Correct. In chess, how many pieces are on the board when a game begins? Tom?
32.
Correct. South of the 32nd parallel is a no-fly zone in which Middle Eastern... Mike?
Baghdad.
No, well, Iraq, I'm looking for the country, so you're wrong. Rack, saddle and chump chop are cuts of which meat? Tom?
Beef.
No, lamb. In The Silence of the Lambs, who plays FBI agent Clarice Starling? Mike?
Jodie Foster.
Correct. Foster parents Tom and Pippa Fletcher appear in which TV soap opera set in Summer Bay? Tom?
Home and Away.
Correct. Which French term for an occasional home away from home means literally foot on the ground? Tom?
Pied-à-terre.
Correct. Which breed of terrier has the same name as the Yorkshire Valley that contains Keighley? Ben?
Airedale.
Correct. Which gas found in the air we breathe has a Greek name meaning new and the chemical symbol Ne? Mike?
Neon.
Correct. What are a neon tetra, a molly and a 6-line grouper? Mike?
Fish.
Fish is correct. And that's the end of the round and the end of the contest. And the winner tonight with a Krypton Factor of 38 is the sales engineer from Linlithgow, West Lothian, Steve Brown. And our warmest congratulations go to Steve on that splendid victory. And here now is the complete lineup for next week's Group B final. Mike McEwen from Glasgow, the winner of Heat 1. Norman Kenvin from Bickley, Kent, the Heat 2 winner. And of course, tonight's winner, Steve Brown. And Nick Clark from Beeston, Nottingham, takes the place for the best runner-up. Should be a great contest with the winner going through to the grand final. So do join us next Monday at 7 for the Group B final. And now from all the contestants and from me, good night.
There's no swearing, but there's going to be a lot of beeping. New episodes of Supermarket Sweeping a Double Bill tonight from 10 p.m. on Challenge.